4, 4, 2, dudes. Hello, welcome to another episode, and this is the 442 Dudes. I am Ben.
I'm John.
And don't forget, this is brought to you by CCBTV. If you haven't followed, you have to follow. I think that's what we've been saying. We're almost hitting 100. So, yeah, it's not easy to hit 100, so we're almost there. Don't forget to subscribe right now, and we'll see you, because coming up next is the
90 minutes off.
Of what? We'll tell you later. See you.
All right, welcome back to 90 minutes off. So we're going to talk about things that's happened over the last week and in the English Premier League, and it's not just the Premier League itself, but there was also the FA Cup semi-final. So Ben, I believe you did some research on the FA Cup semi-final. So what are your thoughts?
Wow, I tell you, the thoughts about the FA Cup semi-finals. Now, firstly, I think games-wise, okay, they did what they had to. One was a through penalty. Okay, that was the red side of the Manchester, right?
Okay.
And then the other one is just 3-0 lah. In my opinion, I thought both matches were very neck to neck, if you ask me. I watched highlights from both sides. I think neck to neck. That's just me. Okay, Brighton, someone stood out. I cannot remember from which country lah. Okay, from
What's the
Brighton.
player's name?
I think from Nigeria, I think. I really cannot recall. But from what I remember, this guy stood out. Okay, man of the match. Not I say. They gave him the man of the match, and he stood out. In fact, I thought United stood out as well. Okay, because these two neck to neck, and if not for us, his name is very hard to pronounce. Victor Lindelof.
Okay.
Yeah, Victor Lindelof was the one that scored the winning goal, ma. Yeah, so Victor Lindelof, thankfully he managed to score. Otherwise, I don't know what kind of flag he'll receive. But guess what? You know who's the man of the match? Unfortunately, never played. And I tell you what, every United fan, including a friend of mine, he's telling me over on text recently. He said, you know who's the man of the match? Harry Maguire, because he wasn't even present. That was my United friend telling me that. He was elated. He said Lindelof, who was one of the worst players in his opinion, became one of the best because of that goal. But yeah, going back to it, Brighton versus United, it's really a very neck to neck game lah. And if you ask me, I think both teams, they really wanted to be in the finals. You could see that, but kudos to United. Okay. Then you move over to Man City. Okay, now in Man City's match, as biased as I can be with Haaland and all, we got to give it to Riyad Mahrez. Yeah, I mean, when he is needed, whenever he's needed for the game, he just brings up the game. That's my opinion. And he didn't score one, and he didn't score two. I believe it was 2 goals, right? 3 goals. Hat-trick. Exactly. 3-0 for him, And you know what? Asking for a player who is usually on the bench most of the time, he shows up. And I think that's what they bought him from Leicester City for. If anything, they paid good money for him. And now the question begs, who will win? Is it the red side of Manchester, or is it the light blue side of Manchester?
Who do you think is going to win?
I tell you, it's going to be neck to neck. But I'm going to stick it out a little bit towards City. Little bit. Because proven City with an A, B, or almost C team, they're showing.
It's interesting you mentioned the A, B, and C.
Yeah, sure.
Throughout the whole FA Cup run, right? I believe Pep has been playing with this cup team. Yeah, the cup team. There's a cup team, yes. Yeah, so do you think he's going to stick to his cup team in the final, or do you think he's going to stick to his first team?
I think, if anything, both of the Manchester sides, they're going to analyse each other. They're going to see, not just 90 minutes. They're also going to see penalties. Because they know that De Gea on their side is going to be a force to be with in terms of penalty. That's me. Really? I think he's quite good at penalty. They always call him like the cat, like always can jump.
But he has never ever saved anything. Yeah, in fact, they won Brighton because Solly March blazed over the bar. But okay, anyway.
Well, I mean, but still, he has that title to him.
Okay,
he's able to reach. But on City side, they have the goal scoring machines, even without Haaland. True. So it's going to be quite neck to neck. And get this straight. Now, according to a news article from Daily Mail, Manchester City is the first team in 57 years to reach an FA Cup final without conceding.
Whoa! Say that again.
That means from the start of the FA Cup final, I believe
from the third round FA Cup, okay,
and all the way to going to the finals.
They didn't concede a single goal.
They have not conceded. Wow. Yeah. And United also going in, they went into penalties, but it's still both sides, I think, neck to neck. But City's only going to edge out a little bit. A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But my friend told me, and he told me, before I came for this podcast, he was messaging me. He told me also. He said the reason why he feels United will win is because now they're determined to show all the naysayers, and he told me to say it to you, especially people from the Liverpool side. I've said it, by the way. I've said it. Yeah, so to my dear friend there.
Yeah, bring it on.
He told me not to name you, but you know who you are. The Liverpool fans, they will know if United wins lah. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, my take, I would say City. My friend's take, I'm quoting you by the way. He said United. Now you.
No, I'm sitting on the fence for this. I'm just going to enjoy the game. Okay. Well, anyway, it's going to be the first ever Manchester derby, so I think it's going to be
it's going to be a first. Speaking of which, now this one I don't know if you know. Now, 5 minutes before this recording, I was just looking through updates. As usual, I'm always looking through my phone, and I saw this update. Now, apparently for the Manchester finals, for this FA Cup, what's going to happen is that the timing is going to be pushed earlier because of security reason.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting because of security reason. They have decided to push the timing a little bit.
Is it because it's a Manchester derby and they're afraid of fights and everything?
I think that's one of the case, But again, they did cite it was security reason.
Okay.
And that's why. Okay. So one of the reasons also that they have alluded to is because they needed time for the traveling fans.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know where they travel because in my head, I assume they're all in Manchester.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure why they have to travel.
Because this game is played in Wembley, you see.
Yeah. I know. But
they need to travel south to London.
Yeah,
right?
correct. But I'm just saying that they're all from Manchester. Yeah. So in my head lah. So I'm just wondering. But anyway, so they said because of the traveling time, so that's why they had to push it earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So quite an interesting one. Yeah.
I thought because they don't want to break up the fight, and all. But
actually, earlier means good for us because from this side of the world, that means we don't have to sleep too late.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, for those who do not know, we are actually a podcast from Singapore.
Yeah, Singapore. Not just Singapore, from Tampines. As we said, not Tampines, Tampines. Just had to put that there. But yeah, that's my take.
Yeah, anyway, with regards to the Nigerian, I'm scratching my head.
Yes.
I believe the player you're looking for is...
Yes.
I don't know pronouncing Caicedo, right? Or Caicedo.
I believe so lah.
He's Ecuadorian, by the way.
Oh, Ecuadorian. Oops,
yeah, that's why he's in Nigeria. I have no idea.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out.
Okay, anyway, so that was the FA Cup, right?
Yes.
Nice.
So that's my take. That's my
okay.
take. And what about you?
I'm going to focus on the Premier League because I think this is something that we have to talk about.
Oh, the Premier League.
The matches that took place over the weekend. I think there's only one game that stood up for
for a lot of people.
For both the right and the
wrong reasons. Yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to start with the wrong reasons first, right?
Sure.
Just start the wrong reasons first. I think no prizes for guessing which game I'm talking about. I'm actually speaking about the Newcastle versus Tottenham game, right?
What a display.
What a display.
Or first 20 plus minutes. Holy cow. I mean, the first 20 minutes, I'm just saying, if you were watching the highlights, all of the fans in the stadium, they were just going so loud, just cheering. If anything, they're saying, wow, after, what was his name? Mike Ashley or something like that. After he's gone, and wow, Newcastle just... Mike Ashley? Don't know his name. What Ashley?
Are you trying to anger all the Newcastle fans out? That Mike Ashley has been gone long gone, bro.
That's what I'm saying. They're saying that, after disastrous with him, they're saying that after this guy came in with the don't know Saudi or don't know where they become rejuvenated. Yeah. I'm not saying it's Mike Ashley's era. I'm just saying after he's gone. I'm saying after he's gone. After he's gone.
Mike Ashley is long gone.
No. After he's gone. Yeah.
It's like it's almost like a taboo to mention his name kind of stuff.
But I saw the comments.
Anyway, So I just want to focus on the wrong reasons as I mentioned earlier. Spurs players, wow, their attitudes or lack of, I think it's crazy. I mean,
it was crap.
I mean, Conte was right, isn't it? He rented after the Spurs game, right? Spurs versus Southampton game.
Yeah.
That the players' attitudes, right? It's a problem.
It is.
It is a problem in the club, and I think this particular game itself definitely magnified. Was magnified in all the shambolic and abysmal performance.
Yeah, it did.
It's just. Conceding 5 goals after 21 minutes. Yeah. It's almost unheard of. There's only one other team that did it, which was Man City versus Watford back in the 2019. Right? Man City went on to win the game 8-0 back then. I think I was just texting you guys, right?
Yeah, you were.
Who knows, man? They might just go on to score 8 or 9 even 9 goals. But thankfully for Spurs, Newcastle decided to just take the foot off the pedal. But then again, I just want to mention something that the Conte said.
Okay.
Conte said in the interview, post match press conference after the game against Southampton, that the players do not have any fire.
Yeah.
You know, and I think this game actually showed that they don't have any fire in their eyes or even their heart.
Yep.
You know, in fact, right, I did, you know, this might sound like a joke, but I meant pun intended, right? That the Spurs players look like lilies, right? That's being burned alive.
Oh dear.
Okay. But the Magpies rich, you know,
Yeah.
that desire to secure that probably last Champions League spot.
Yeah.
Because there's really absolutely no desire,
Nope.
no indication of whether that they want to play the game. They look as if they want to quickly just go into the dressing room and just hide and all. And it's crazy. But that being said, right, I have a question I want to ask.
Okay.
Is it really the player's fault? Or is it Daniel Levy's fault?
Okay, so this is where I'm going to come in, not with a direct quote.
Okay.
But this is what Conte also said during that outburst, I think post-match interview.
Okay.
He said that we are professionals. The club's paying us the money, paying the coach the money, paying the players the money.
Yep.
You're being paid money.
Yep.
It's not just a small sum, it's a huge sum of money. The players are playing as if they're being paid peanuts. So if you ask me, sure, there are some, blame on Daniel Levy, whatever management on top, but blame has to go to players at the end of the day.
Yes, but you think about it, right? Daniel Levy has been at the helm, right, as the chairman of the Spurs, right, since 22 years. I can't remember how long ago, but 22 years he's the chairman of Tottenham Hotspurs, and the only trophy they have won was in 2008, which is the League Cup final. The League Cup trophy, and that was under Juan de Ramos. Right. I remember Juan de Ramos also couldn't stand Levy, and he resigned shortly after. So I think he was there for a season at most. Can't really recall, but in 22 years, just one trophy, and I think it's just. You know, he came out with a statement too, right? That yes, our aim is to win trophies and whatnot, but we should also be happy, because we reached the finals, Champions League final in recent years. I mean, is that really what you're looking for? Reaching
just
finals?
Finals,
Is that really? Is that the pinnacle of your achievements? Please. So in my opinion, right, it could be because of Daniel Levy.
Okay.
That with this kind of mentality and this kind of attitude that that's causing Spurs to stutter, or I know in England it's very popular. They're known as they're always the bottlers, right? They always like to bottle things. So in my opinion, I think it's Daniel Levy.
Okay. So
if Spurs wants to win a trophy, I think it's time for Levy to go. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's just my take.
Okay.
But let's just do a quick analysis of the game itself. I think the manager also plays a very, very important role.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So the interim manager, right, Conte's assistant, took charge after he got sacked. And this game, I am seriously scratching my head. When I saw the lineup, I was scratching my head. For the first time in the longest time, I can't remember, God knows when, how long, Spurs started with a 4-3-3.
Okay.
They are known as a 3-4-3 team, right? Playing the back three. And in a game as St. James Park against one of the biggest rivals, you play a 4-3-3 system that your players are so unfamiliar with. Not only that, you start a freaking attacking winger at left back, right? And you started a 20-year-old midfielder, right? Pepe Sarr, who's not even English, he's Senegalese. And this is only his second start of the season, right? 20 years old in midfield.
Yeah.
A winger at left back. You have a right back that is not even a right back, it's probably a winger. Pedro Porro is not even a defender. People keep going on my TAA, please, Porro is worse. All right. So, and then if you look at the first 21 minutes, it's evident how unsure of what their roles the players were, right, in this system. There's so many goals but I'm just going to highlight the third goal itself. Okay. All right, the third goal that they conceded. And because I think it sums up the flaw and the lack of understanding of the whole system, right? When Spurs got the ball at the back, Perisic, which is supposed to be playing left back, he was in the wingers, but he was in the left mid position. So the whole left side was left empty. Correct? Never mind. Newcastle pressed them they should.
They did also. Yep.
And they basically just blocked off all the options. If Perisic went down, they have another option. Then Newcastle have to then spread out. But no, they didn't. And the 20-year-old midfielder, Sarr, became very close to Højbjerg, which rendered him useless because he's too close for comfort, right? You pass to him, what was going to do? Newcastle is going to come in on him as well, right? Never mind. So when Højbjerg moved away, Son came in wanting to help ease the situation, but Newcastle saw that, and two players went in on him immediately. So when Son was the only option left for Spurs to pass for I believe it was Dyer who was passing to Son, two players went in straight on Son. He lost the ball, and in just matter of seconds, Pepe Sarr was left in a situation where he was 1 versus 4. as a 20-year-old midfielder,
And that kind of pressure.
yes, 1v4, what are you going to do? Right? He was caught in so many minds, different minds. Instead of going again, pressing the player with the ball, which was Jacob Murphy, he decided to press the runner. And because he pressed the runner, he decided to track the runner instead of leaving to die who was behind. Jacob Murphy was left in so much space. Right? And that's why he tried his luck to score. I mean, let's give Murphy some credit.
Yeah, there is some credit. It was a
worldie.
It was
right?
such a
but
contender.
All this could have been prevented if they played the right systems. Right? So that's just my take of why I just think that sometimes if you want to try things, yes, do it in friendlies or do it in dead rubbers. Don't do it in the biggest game.
Like an important one.
Yes, don't do it then and then.
Okay.
So I'm not surprised that Stellini got sacked because
I mean,
he was clueless. If you look at the moment it's considered the third goal, the fourth goal, the fifth goal, the cameras just kept zooming in on Stellini.
They pan on him.
He looked lost.
Yeah.
He looked clueless.
I don't know. To me, when they did that, it seemed as if it was, his time is coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's just.
Well, he's been sacked.
Yeah.
So
I mean, his time was up anyway. So yeah. So interesting. Newcastle versus Spurs on that. Yeah. 6-1. Who would have thought?
Yeah, so that wraps up the segment of 90 minutes off.
Yeah.
So Ben has talked about the FA Cup. I highlighted the Spurs versus Newcastle game.
Yep.
So if you guys have anything you want to share, do share with us in the comments as well. We'll be very, very curious, very, very excited to hear from you as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
If Newcastle can do 6-1, you can also subscribe to us. Don't forget, it's not that difficult. It's a monumental step for you also. So subscribe. See you
in our next segment called Six Sense.
6 Sense. And we are back again. We are the 442 dudes. And this time we're going to bring you the 6 Sense, where we have our match predictions. But very quickly, we just want to say we did get some hits on our previous predictions. So we're not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. By the way, not for gambling, again, entertainment purposes. Yes. And of course for analysts. But that's now, we're going to focus very deep dive into 2 of the matches here.
Okay.
Man United versus Aston Villa and Leicester versus Everton. Why? Because United versus Villa, it's going to be for the Champions League spot.
That's right.
And then Leicester and Everton because relegation battle. So, John, I'm going to tell you now straight away, I want to tell you Man United versus Aston Villa.
Yep.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring draw. That's in my opinion, yeah?
Okay.
High-scoring draw 3-3. Because, previously on the previous episode, I said Unai Emery. I said Unai Emery can. No. I said good evening.
Okay.
And I think he can. Because Villarreal, Sevilla, and you get the drift. I think with Aston Villa, he can bring them to good heights. But I don't think he can outsmart United at home. Therefore, 3-3.
I think otherwise.
Is it?
Yes. But before I go into my take on the Man U Villa game, I just want to let you guys know, at the time of our recording, some of the midweek matches have not been played.
Yep.
So that's why we are focusing on the games that's going to be taking place on the weekend instead.
That's right.
All right. So that's why we are focusing on the Man U Villa as well as Leicester, Everton. Right. So coming back to Man U Villa. So why I say it's going to be different is very simple. I just have 3 points that I want to make.
Okay.
Number 1, there's a long injury list with Man United.
Okay.
And the players that are injured are all their star players.
Okay.
Martinez is out. Varane is out.
Okay.
Now there's a doubt on Bruno, McTominay, and Garnacho is still a doubt. So that leaves you with players like Maguire in defense, which I have no idea why you're laughing, but like what you mentioned, that's your friend, your United friend. If you're listening, I believe you're listening. I think you're going to agree with me with Maguire. Anchoring the defense against rejuvenated Aston Villa, with Watkins in form, McGinn in form. I really think that Villa has a very, very good chance against Man United. So the likely pairing is going to be Maguire and Shaw as centre back. I'm not sure whether that will be a good pairing. But in any case, I think Villa stands a very good chance because they were in good form. They played very well against Fulham as well. So I think they do stand a chance. Oh, sorry, I forgot Lindelof.
Yeah,
it might be Maguire and Lindelof.
Right? Lindelof.
So who knows? Lindelof might just be the saving grace that Man United needs.
No.
Who would have
I
known
have to correct you, even though I'm not a Man United fan.
Okay,
I
correct me
don't
then.
think it might be. I think it's confirmed.
Really?
Has to be. I mean, take a look. Without Maguire, they've been doing quite well. So
okay.
Just saying.
But that's what my last point of this game. Why I think Villa stands a very good chance is also because United has one less day to rest ahead on the game.
Yeah.
So Villa has already played against Fulham.
Yep.
At the midweek game that we talked about, they have already played Fulham. They have won Fulham.
Yep.
They are on a high.
Yep.
And United is going to be playing very soon.
Yeah.
So they have 1 day less to rest. They have multiple players, key players who are out injured. So I think this, coming into the tail end of the season is going to play a very crucial role. So that's one of the reasons why I think Villa will stand a very, very strong chance.
Wow.
And my prediction is that Villa is going to win 2-1.
Wow.
Yes, that's my prediction for United and Villa game. And nothing against United. I'm just stating some. I gave my reasons. Right. Now let's look at further the table. Let's look at Leicester and Everton.
Really
what are your thoughts? I
think the relegation battle is just very messy in my opinion. At the bottom, it's either this club, that club, this club, that club. That's the feeling I get.
Yeah.
And Leicester versus Everton. I think these two clubs, they have their own woes. In terms of changing manager, they both change manager.
Oh yes.
I think this season is all about changing manager.
13,
yeah,
if it includes the Levy,
I mean, everybody is just going there. So Leicester and Everton, I don't know how crazy it would be, but I know they want to escape from that zone. But I think Everton's just gonna slightly edge out Leicester. Okay. So I'm going with 0-1, as you can see on the screen. I'm going with 0-1.
Okay.
Only because I think Leicester doesn't really strike me as some. They have the same issue with some clubs. I feel. Or if earlier on you say about Spurs, I feel that Leicester is in that same predicament. Never mind that whole Vardy thing, the last minute 1-1. Yeah, never mind about that. But I don't think they're gonna win Everton.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think,
So you think Everton is going to win?
I think they're going to just lucky goal, tap in, own goal, that kind of thing.
I'm going to be sitting on the other side of the fence.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a draw.
Wow.
And I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. A high scoring goal. Yes. Okay. Because Leicester's form is starting to pick up.
Yeah.
They drew, I think they drew in the last game and they won the previous game. Or was it the other way around? I can't really remember. And I think they were quite unlucky to draw against Leeds. They had 2 goals disallowed. So it's not that. So they are creating chances. They are putting away chances. So I think now they're slowly coming up. Dean Smith is probably doing a good job as well. Instilling what his ideas on Leicester. But I think Everton are now in a situation where if you don't fight, you're basically just saying goodbye to the Premier League. Yeah. So I expect Everton to fight.
So there we have it. Yeah. I mean, there we have it. These two matches, they're going to fight real hard. One is for the Champions League spot and the other one is for the relegation zone. I mean, they're trying to get away from that. That's what they're fighting for. So yeah, let us know your thoughts. Let us know if you're an Aston Villa fan. Let us know what are your thoughts. If you're a United fan, tell us, yay, Maguire or whatever. If you're Leicester or Everton, tell us your thoughts too. Because Vardy saved the day. Recently. So do you think he'll save the day again? But never forget this. Every podcast episode we say this. We don't encourage gambling. So it's something that we don't encourage. Again, we do this for the pure entertainment.
That's right.
And sometimes just feeling this sense of euphoria that we get it right. But most importantly, we really love putting on our predictions and getting spot on. Just future pundits or whatever next time, You never know.
Who knows?
Yeah? Okay. So coming up next, it's what we call the What's What.
Who's who? Oh, who?
That one not really right. But anyway, we'll see you for that one. That one. What's
see you
what?
soon.
With who?
And welcome back to our final segment called What's What and Who's Who. Now, before we start, I just want to correct you, Ben. Just like you said that, who knows, we might be pundits.
We might be.
I want to correct you there.
Wow.
We are pundits.
We are.
That's right.
We are.
Yeah, so in true pundit fashion, let's share with them what are your thoughts of what's happened in some interesting things.
There's a lot of things that happen. We usually focus a bit on the EPL, or maybe sometimes too much. But this time, let's go somewhere very deep into the non-league side. But actually, they're coming back right up.
Yes.
It's none other than Wrexham. Congratulations to you, Wrexham. Thank you very much for moving up. Have no idea why I thank you. I'm supposed to say congratulations. But in any case, they got promoted back to the Football League after what? Not 13, not 14, but 15 years.
15
in
long
the non-league.
years. Wow.
15, no. And all of a sudden, you have all this little push there. And I tell you, it's the social media, it's Ryan Reynolds, it's the fan, it's everybody. And you know what? I dare say, they're one of the few non-league clubs with one of the most supporters.
Of course.
Yeah, it just went worldwide. So congratulations to you, Wrexham, for doing it quite well. I mean, what a crazy scene when they got promoted.
Oh
crazy
my God,
scene.
It's crazy. I think we do have pictures up. That's
Yeah,
gonna be up very
exactly.
soon.
I mean, it's just insane scene.
Yeah, so if you can see the pictures, it's crazy. Everybody just ran onto the pitch, and I think when I saw those pictures and saw the video, I really felt like I was a Wrexham fan for like just that few minutes.
Exactly, same thing.
Don't you think so?
Yeah, I felt the same thing. Wow, you got happy for them. You were seeing everybody just rushing towards the pitch. Who cares? They're not called invaders anymore. They're just fans celebrating
Exactly.
it.
This is a town, it's a community that's celebrating the success of their own football club.
Exactly. People like Paul Mullin, Elliot Lee, Ben Foster, incredible save towards Ben Foster, by the way, against Notts County. So, all these, I mean, they made it. Who would have thought?
Yeah, Foster, wow. So I think they are so popular because of the owners of who they are. Ryan Reynolds himself he's Ryan Reynolds. That's enough said.
Of course.
And Foster has his own podcast as well, right? The Cycling GK.
Yeah.
I'm an avid fan as well. So Foster, if you're listening to this,
subscribe.
Yes. So congratulations once again to Wrexham for coming back into the league, for being promoted back into the football leagues after 15 years. I really hope that you guys can carry on this adventure and then make it to the Premier League someday.
That's going to be very interesting. Very interesting.
Very, very.
Yeah.
So that was Wrexham. Next thing on the list. Oh, this is super, super interesting.
Why? What's so super?
Again, I want to emphasize that I'm very proud of this achievement as well, because as fellow Asians, right? We've been going on and on about the Asians and around the world. You mentioned Michelle Yeoh, the recent Oscar win.
Son Heung
Min for achieving the 100 goals in the Premier League. Mitoma is making waves as well. But there's another Japanese that's making waves in the football world. It's a very interesting one. This is his name is Kazuyashi Miura. And what's so interesting about his achievement is he has just made his official debut in his, get this, his 38th season.
So
his 38th season as a professional footballer.
So how old is he now?
He is 56 years old.
No way. No.
56 years old. He is still playing professional football. It's not just any leagues, no. It's not just like some leagues.
So which league is he in?
He's actually playing the Portuguese second division.
Holy crap.
They're just one division below the likes of Benfica, Porto, and oh my gosh. So this is
wow.
Well, kudos to Miura. So I still feel very proud of
56 years old.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm 30 years old just talking football.
You weren't even born when he started.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. I wasn't even born yet.
So that was Miura. So what's next?
Okay, I tell you what's next now. Something that caught my eye, while we're looking through the unfortunately as well the local read as I was going through the local read, and I thought it was an okay. I just thought it was like okay. I understand the thing. I was just looking at the picture, what was being written, and then I say, something a bit salah, like something's wrong,
For your context, salah means
like wrong. By the way, from Singapore, so that's why we speak in colloquial terms. But really, I saw this thing and I went, huh?
So what is this thing that made you...
Just look at the screen, okay? We're going to show you exactly what I say. Win over Real leaves City exhausted ahead of FA Cup. They were against Real Madrid, mate. Because I was going on and on for the previous podcast that Chelsea should win Real Madrid. I had no idea we became Chelsea City. I had no idea that happened. But and get this straight, they kind of cock up the caption as well. Erling Haaland scoring Manchester City goal against Real Madrid. I mean, okay lah. Huh?
I mean, what side of this journalist, right? You have only one job. You have one job to get things right. And this is such a popular sport. This is such a huge following in Singapore. Everybody loves football in Singapore, right? Yeah. So how in the world do you get this wrong?
Yeah. How? So imagine, Bayern Munich, Bayern Munich, Guten Tag. If you're reading this, I don't know, how would you feel? Or so sad, no?
Exactly. The worst thing, because what's my biggest gripe also is that you just mentioned Real.
Yeah.
You are a newspaper. You're the national newspaper, for goodness sake.
The only one.
I mean, there are others, but there are others, okay. But,
yeah.
I mean, you don't use it. You don't use everyday language like Real. You just mention the real full name, Real Madrid. You say Man City wins Bayern Munich, right? You don't just use Bayern. It's not in my opinion. That's the wrong language, isn't it?
Okay.
For the non-football players, I mean, non-football followers out there, they see City wins Real. What real? What's real?
Okay.
Real
I can see where you're coming from.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't make sense. But anyway, So there's just.
I mean, the only gripe I have here is wrong team.
And I believe the article was copy and pasted, but according to Reuters. So I don't even think they wrote it in the article themselves. But anyway, so that was the journalistic embarrassment by our local newspaper.
Shame.
I can only shake my head.
Anyway.
Well, let's end.
But something that we're not going to shake our head. Something that we're not going to shake our head. I think you're about to mention it. Something that we're happy also.
Oh, of course. We started the segment where we're talking about the fairy tale story about Wrexham. I think there's potentially another fairy tale story that's going to take place this season.
Okay.
And that will be in the Championship.
Oh.
There's one particular club that caught my attention ever since we started this whole podcast back in March.
Okay.
This is episode 7.
Yeah.
Right. This is the 7th week that we're recording, and all the way about 2 months before when we started this football club, because I've been doing my research and everything, they really caught my they caught my eye rather. So Luton Town. The Luton Town is the club that I want to mention.
Okay. Wow.
They have actually secured a playoff spot in the Championship for the 2nd year running. Right? And if you look on the screen right now, there is one player who has been with them all the way from non-league up to now in the Championship, and is on the verge of playing in the Premier League.
Wow.
So if Luton makes it right, he is going to be the only player, I believe, to have been with the same club from non-league all the way to the Premier League.
Okay.
I'm so waiting for this to happen.
Okay.
I'm rooting for Luton to get promoted. So they just beat Middlesbrough, who's in 4th. Luton's in 3rd. Middlesbrough, I believe they're in 4th or 5th.
Okay.
They just beat them 2-1. So now they are also on a high, and I hope that will put them in very, very good state when they go into the Championship playoffs. So it's 2 games. If they finish 3rd, they will play against the 6th team, and I think there are 5 teams that's vying for the 6th spot. I don't know who they are, but 3rd versus 6th. Logically speaking, 3rd has a better chance. Yeah. And if after that they go into the finals for against either the winners or the 4th versus the 5th, which currently I believe is occupied by Middlesbrough and another team. So they have already beaten Middlesbrough. So psychologically speaking, they are probably one leg. They already have one hand on the cup of promotion already. Yeah. So wow.
They Luton want to lose this, so I don't know. I just had to try. Yeah.
Yes.
Really just had to try. But something also very interesting. This one not say high, not say low.
Okay.
We're not saying it's positive or negative, but something that just caught our eyes. Okay. It's the Spurs message.
What about Spurs?
Now Spurs.
We forgot to mention this.
Yeah. That's just something I was just trying to figure out, and then producers just writing it down and reminding us. And
I want to take a look at
it. And I'm going to read this. Okay. I have it right here with me. The message from Tottenham Hotspur was: as a squad, we understand your frustration, your anger. It wasn't good enough. We know words aren't enough in situations like this, but believe us, a defeat like this hurts. We appreciate your support home and away, and with this in mind, we'd like to reimburse fans with the cost of their match tickets from St. James Park. We know this does not change what happened on Sunday, and we'll give everything to put things right against Manchester United on Thursday evening, when again your support will mean everything to us. Together and only together can we move things forward. What are your thoughts?
Bullshit.
Okay.
Just shut up.
Right.
Play in this game.
Okay.
Prove your mental in this game, and then just show it. I'm quite sick of players. After every single defeat, you just come on our socials. Oh, we could have done better. I'm so sorry. Things didn't go our way. I take responsibility. Blah 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 blah. Shut up.
Okay.
Play in this game to your best ability and win the next game for the fans.
Okay. So one question. Okay. So you think this does not spur people on in the right direction?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Oh.
Definitely did not spur people in the right direction.
Of course.
And there we have it. That's how we're going to conclude this. Yeah, we're going to conclude this in a very interesting way. Yeah, we had our highs and our lows, and this one with a huge question mark pasted on perhaps your head even. So that was our What's What with Who's Who. And don't forget to subscribe. That's something we want to keep saying, okay? We're going to hit 100. People are on the verge of what? Football league, on the verge of championship.
Okay, he's rambling on. All right, see you guys next week on the 442 Dudes.
See you. I'm on the verge of going toilet soon, so yeah.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Kai. Rules. Happy birthday to you.
Rules. Thanks, guys.
Make a wish. And blow the fella. And then after you blow, you must cut the fella. It's 21st, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, today's his 21st.